Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and today I'm going to be doing the Try a Chapter book tag. I've actually done one of these in the past. I'll kind of link the video up in the cards and here's the icon in case you want to go look for it. But I think in the last one I did like 5 or 6 books and that was just a little bit too much. So I decided to settle on 3 books that I really want to focus on this month. I have The Last Flight by Julie Clark. So I think this one involves 2 women who are trying to like run away from something and they end up like switching tickets to go on each other's flights, and I think one of the flights goes down. I think that's what it's about. Again, I have more fun going into thrillers or any books in general not really knowing too much about what's going on, so that's what I'm doing with all 3 of these. So I'm just letting you know what I think they're about. The next one I want to get to is The Wife Stalker by Liv Constantine. I've been trying to get to this one so long, but I'm going to throw this one into the mix. I have no idea what this one is about. I remember reading the synopsis, hearing it was really good, so I went ahead and picked it up. I cannot wait to read this one. And lastly, I have the book of the month pick, The Shadows by Alex North. This was the July pick. I went ahead and picked this one up. I haven't heard too many good things about The Whisper Man. My friend actually read it and she said it wasn't that good either. I don't think I've heard too many good things in general. So, but this one sounds really interesting. I think it has to do with like a really twisted kid and maybe someone's going missing. I have no idea. Again, going into my books blindly. But I grabbed some bookmarks so I can kind of mark where they're going. And yeah, I have no idea which one to start with. Actually, let's make this a little more fun because I think Gabby does this in her videos. I'm not sure if it's the Try a Chapter tag or if she's reading like a secret TBR, but she kind of like picks like who she thinks she's gonna like the most, and then she picks one that she thinks she's gonna like the least. So let's see. I don't know. I have really high hopes for The Last Flight, so I think I'm gonna like this one more. I think I'm gonna go with The Wife Stalker in second place and this one last place. So should I read them in reverse order? I think it will. So I think I'm gonna start with The Shadows, The Wife Stalker, and The Last Flight. I will update you guys once I finish the chapters. Update on The Shadows. This one had a prologue, started off with part 1 and had the first chapter obviously, and so far I'm a little confused about what really is going on, and then it got like super dark right at the end of the first chapter, so it definitely gives you like a little hook to it. Prologue is about a boy, I'm assuming he's a teenager, but the police have come to his house and his mother is requesting for her to take her own son to the police station to be questioned. As they're heading to the police station, they are passing a playground, which I believe is the crime scene, and they were saying like there's like blood everywhere, and the boy mentions who we still don't hear the name, but he's talking about like his friend James, who I think they're no longer friends, but they know James probably met Charlie and Billy, and they've also made comments something like you should do something about Charlie. So very, very interesting. And then it also mentions like 25 years have passed. And then it starts part 1. Chapter 1 starts off with now, so I'm not sure if this like flashes back to the past, but you follow this woman named Detective Amanda Beck, and basically she is first of all like going to visit her father, who at a graveyard, to like visit him weekly. So you can kind of feel like she's lost her father and it like deeply affects her. But then she gets a call saying that there's a crime scene, and I think they've already taken 2 boys into the police station, but basically it kind of sounds like these 2 boys were kind of doing like some kind of occultish like sacrifice or something. So I don't know. It's definitely left me a little intrigued. I will say this, I'm not really a fan of like stories that follow like detectives. So I think that's why that's like, I did know like The Whisper Man followed a detective, so I kind of thought this would too. I am now going to start the first chapter of The Wife Stalker by Liv Constantine. So let's get started. Update on The Wife Stalker. I kind of cheated a little bit, which I think I showed in the video, but apparently it's told in 2 points of view. We have Piper, who was chapter 1, and then we have Joanna, which was in chapter 2. And chapter 1 was literally 1 page. So I felt like I couldn't really like judge the book by its first chapter because there really wasn't much to go off of on 1 piece of paper. But with the 2 chapters put together, I have a little bit more information to combine. So with Piper's chapter, we find out that she is going to be working at this recovery center called Harmony Healing Arts, but she's also not using her real name. And then she checks on, I guess, a previous recovery center called Phoenix Recovery Center. Then she talks about how she has an appointment with this man named Leo, who is taking on this murder trial. So I was like, interesting. And then we go to Joanna, which was in chapter 2, which the chapter was literally 1.5 pages, as you can tell. So Joanna is the wife to Leo, and you kind of come to terms that they are kind of like taking a vacation. And they have 2 children named Stelly and Evie. And you can kind of tell that things aren't really great between Leo and Joanna. So, and she's talking about how she's been trying to get him to go see therapy. So, I don't know. This one didn't really have a lot going on, but I'm more interested in this one than The Shadows. So, I don't know. I'm very, very curious, but again, we do have 1 more book, which is The Last Flight. So I think I'm going to go ahead, get started on that one, and then I will tell you my final thoughts after that. Hey guys, I actually got to the very end of this video and realized that I never saved, or my footage is missing of me telling you my thoughts on The Last Flight, as well as like telling you like which order I liked them in. So I'm going to go ahead and just tell you like what's going on with The Last Flight. We have a woman named Claire who is married to this very rich, wealthy man, and basically he's like I think he's like planning to run for senator or governor, and he comes from a very rich and wealthy family. And basically he is abusing her. She cannot get out of this really abusive, toxic relationship. And somehow when she's on her way to the gym, she actually runs into an old friend, I believe from high school, named Petra. And the 2 of them basically like secretively meet at the gym. And that's the only time that she's able to talk to Petra. And basically after a few months, they come up with this plan on how she's going to eventually leave him. And in the prologue, I believe Claire is on the flight or getting off the plane to where she's going to. So I'm very much intrigued with this one. This one had a little bit longer of a chapter, so it was more interesting to see like how it developed. But I am absolutely glad I picked up this book, and I think I'm going to continue with this one. So in the order, I would say number 1, number 2, and then number 3. So I guess I was right on picking which ones I would like the most, but I'm gonna say I am going to be reading this one first and then probably jumping right into this one. But anyways, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way you don't miss out on any other bookish videos. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. It's at readingwithjess_. And as always, leave a comment down below if you've read any of these or if you're anticipating on reading any of these in the future. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.